Hey, what's up? Forgive the roughness of this video. As you can see, I am in my father-in-law's game room, but I thought it might be good to do some of these exercises just to walk you through everything. So I'm just going to kind of blow through it pretty quick. I'm not going to do the full timed everything, but this way you've got some reference point to see everything. So first we're going to tackle the mobility workout. So like I said, the first thing is just this obvious shoulder stretch that you've probably done 1,000 times. You just want to make sure you feel that all the way through your back. You can kind of twist with it if you need to. Get a little lower back movement in there as well. You're going to want to do that for 30 seconds on each side. Okay? And then the next thing, I'm going to turn this here. Sorry, I got a cramp in my back now. All right, we're going to use this door to do a lat stretch. You have to forgive me, I'm not in a great space for this, but so you grab on, like I said, maybe belly button height, maybe a little higher. You want to sink your hips back. You can feel that all the way down here. Switch and do the other side. And then essentially you can use the same door for the assisted squat, but you can also use something like, say, this shelf, just enough to steady yourself as you go down. So you want to spread your feet about shoulder width apart, and since I know your hips are rotated like mine, you probably want to point your toes out as well. Grab onto something to keep your balance and just sink as low as you can go. And if you can't go as low as this at first, don't worry about it, just go as low as you can, and over time things should loosen up. This should help with ankle dorsiflexion, and you can also kind of use your assist to help you rock a little forward just to get that slightly deeper stretch through your calves. I mean, I'm not doing a good job of keeping my back straight because I'm focusing right now on the balance, but you obviously want to keep your back relatively straight, tuck your shoulder blades down, keep it nice and rigid in there. Okay, let me close this door. Steph's asleep in the other room. Okay. So the next thing after you've done the squats is a forward fold, easy peasy. Sometimes I kind of want to throw it back up here and give it a little stretch before I come down. So you just fold forward, touch your toes. But you want to keep your knees, you don't have to lock them all the way, but you want to keep them relatively straight. It's okay if you gotta have a little bounce in them at first, just over time you want to tighten them a little bit more. And another thing I do to help me with this is I'll kind of grab onto my calves and pull myself down into it. That's helped me loosen up my hamstrings quite a bit. Although I've been a little out of practice with this. So anyway, nice deep fold. And then you want to get down on your hands and knees for a cat-cow. I'm sure you've seen this. I'm sure you're familiar with this. You're going to have your hands under your shoulders, your knees under your hips, and then bend down into the cow, let it sag, feel the stretch, and then start at the bottom of your spine, curve up into a cat. And just keep going in a comfortable rhythm. Oh man, I really need this today. You want to inhale as you go into cow. Exhale as you go into cat. All right, so after that, we're going to do the pump stretch. I'll pop my shoes off for this one so I don't go slipping and sliding. I bet I look like such a dork doing this. All right, so like I said, the pump stretch, you're basically alternating between downward dog and upward dog. It's pretty easy. My downward dog is pretty terrible, as I'm sure you can see. My heels are not, they're still a good inch off the floor. This is a great calf stretch. Then you want to bring it through. Oh, my hands are a little far back. There we go. And you can put your knees down if you need, but I like to keep them up. Oh. You can do this fast or slow. I usually like to kind of sink into this and hold this for a minute. I sink back and hold that on my calf for a minute. That's actually a good stretch for your whole body. It warms up your shoulders. That's one of my favorite warm-up stretches. Let's see. So the last thing I want you to do is called scorpion pose. I'm not great at this one, but I'm going to do my best just to show you. This is a good thing for some rotational movement in your lower back, which I'm sure you need. We'll see how good the view is here. So you want to come down onto your stomach, arms out to your sides in T shape. And hopefully you can hear me while I do this. We want to bring one leg up and over as far as you can. Obviously try to keep this shoulder close to the ground. But you can see I'm not that flexible. Still, I can feel a really awesome stretch in my back. And just on the other side as well, you'll see I'm much less flexible in this direction. Oh, okay. Let's show you that from another angle, just to make sure it's clear. Oh man. All right. And that is the stretching routine. Gosh, I guess I did take the full amount of time, didn't I?